Hi guys, it's Emily from Novelle Novels and welcome to today's video. This is my July book haul, 20 plus books. Yes, I know that I bought more books this month, but do you know what? I had a shopping trip with Vicky, my younger sister. I had a shopping trip with Charlie from Charlie Book Reads, my middle sister, and it was my last little blitz before the kids went on holiday. And it tends to be when I'm feeling a little bit on the old stressful side, I tend to buy books. And for various reasons, July certainly has proved a bit on the old emotional side. I don't quite know why. Like, there's sort of certain things normally that get to me, and unfortunately, like, this video would have come out after what would have been my dad's birthday, and I think that's sort of something that's been happening. And July also, it's been like the kids breaking up for the school holiday, so they had like the busyness at the end of term, and it's just been a bit manic. So I took comfort in my books, but I don't feel ashamed by it. I'll explain. I actually decided I like doing stats because I don't really do stats like my reading as much now. With my book buying, it's quite fun to do. So I've gained 3 books, and sorry about that. Sorry for the brief interlude. The joys of the summer holidays is that there is going to be a bit more mum coming up. So yes, I've gained 3 books and I've bought 22. Yeah, I know it's a bit more, but hey ho, let's not go there. I've got 3 non-fiction, 5 historical fiction, 8 contemporary and 8 fantasy. And you can tell that is where my mood is going. I am going for a lot more fantasy and contemporary. Actually, I'm reading more. And now the door's gone, so excuse me again. This really is going to be a bit of a funny video. But anyway, yes, fantasy is where I'm going at the moment. Contemporary I've been reading a lot more of at the moment because, again, that's where my mood's been. So I've kind of topped up shelves which I wanted to be topping up. There is a lot more gaps on my historical fiction shelves that need to be filled. So maybe when I'm on holiday, which is where I'll be when this video goes live, I may be seeing more of that. Oh, just to give you a heads up, there won't be a video this Friday because, like I said, I won't be doing a weekly reading wrap up because I'll be on holiday. So the week after on the Friday, you'll have my almost like a double reading wrap up, but it won't be as much because it will only be the books before and after holiday because I will be vlogging holiday. So that's roughly how the days are going to be going. I think you're going to be seeing, yeah, the holiday vlog first, which will be the week after this, and then you'll see the books I've been reading on holiday, and then the following week you'll see the books I read before and after. That's how it's going to go. Actually, that makes sense. Anyway, I've been rambling for 3 minutes and I've got 25 books to show you, and I don't want this video to be ridiculously long, although it has been interruptions. By the way, don't you love my top today? You are on mute. I wish I could put that on mute, but the joys. Also, the cats are involved. Right, so let's show you the books I've been gifted. The first one is High Hopes for the Bonner Girls. This was my Amazon anonymous person who sent this, and I got it literally the day after I filmed the last book haul. It's the 3rd in the series, I think 3rd or 4th in the series. And I've read the first 1 or 2. And this is really bad how brain foggy I am. And this is about the WAF Jenny Hazleton, who we've seen certainly in the other books. And I'm really, really looking forward to reading this because I love Jenny's character. She was quite a side character in the other books. And it's about her romance with another character. I don't want to go into too much detail because it is, like I said, 3rd or 4th in the series. But I love the Bombers Girl series. I love Vicky Beebe's writing. She's written the Ops Girl series, which I absolutely loved. And now I'm reading this one. I'm absolutely enjoying it as well. But this one will have to get read after I've read the Christmas one, which I can't read till like November time at the earliest. Then Charlie from Charlie Book Reads, my sister, bought me this silly book when we were on our Wokingham shopping trip. And this is And Then There Were Nuns. It's kind of a take on the whole Agatha Christie And Then There Were None, but this is about nuns, and this is a non-fiction. And she basically bought it for me because of the title. She didn't realise it was non-fiction. And it's about a woman who, Jane Christmas, who enters the convent to find out whether she's put it nun material. This looks very random, very silly, but I'm looking forward to reading it. I'm still like piling these up on my things. And then I got sent the lovely book by Tandem for a mail out, and I was one of only 10 people to read this. And this will be getting read in this month, and I think you'll see this on probably my first weekly wrap up, because I think I'm planning to read this literally like the 1st of, I think I'm planning to read this on Friday the 1st of August, or certainly that weekend before we go on holiday, because it's not one I want to take on holiday with me, because it's a beautiful hardback, and I was only one of 10 people, so it is an ad PR product, by the way. But this is an epic and intimate novel about an unconventional and irresistible family that journeys from Colette's Paris of the 1940s to the 21st century New York. That just looks absolutely beautiful, and it's pretty. It's pink. It's very pretty. It's not very long, so it's like less than 300 pages, and it looks really good. And it's about, a young girl, Gonzalo, befriends two spirited sisters, Anne and Alma. When Gonzalo's beloved brother Samir joins her in Manhattan, this inseparable forum becomes the beating heart of an untraditional, multi-generational family. All I need to know, I'm really looking forward to reading this in August, so that's going on my shelves. Now to the books I bought. I will be letting you know which ones are charity, which ones are full price, and I'll explain that as I go along. I won't talk about them too long, all of them, because already this is like 6 minutes in. So I did, like I said, get 8 fantasy, and I will be showing you those. The fantasy ones are probably ones that I am pretty much done the most excited about, because that's getting where my jam is at the moment. This first one is a witchy book which I bought when I was out with Vicky, and this is Meet Me at Midnight by Holly Martin. I've read some of Holly Martin's contemporary books and I really enjoyed them, and this is a witchy book, and this is a charity book obviously, and I don't know anything more than that. I don't know if it's part of a series or whatever else, but I didn't even know she'd written like witchy books. So it's like a witchy romance. Iris Mackenzie is on a mission. Her scheming ex-boyfriend stole her grandmother's locket, and she'd do anything to get it back, even using the magic she's always kept hidden. But what she isn't prepared for is competition. Magical Village, which is, it's where I am feeling at the moment, and I bloody love it. So let's see what it's like. This looks like fun. It's got the word witches in it, and it's a spellbinding love story that will set the hearts on fire. But I can read the witchy books any time of the year. This is like not necessarily a wintry witchy book or an autumny one, so I can read it whenever. And then we've got a book that I found, another one that I found when I was out shopping with Vicky. But the back of it's got another sticky label. I hate this. I hate it when charity shops do this. But it's Legendarium by Jennifer Bell. I think I got it for like £1 or something. And it's the sequel to Wonderscape by Jennifer Bell, which is in my TBR jar. So when my TBR jar gives me that one, then I can read this one. But this is a signed Waterstones copy that I got for like £1 or something. And it's actually a proper signed one, because it's actually got, you can see, a proper signature and stick it on. So this is one I'm going to treasure because of that. It is the sequel, so I don't want to know too much about it. Arthur, Wren and Cicely are stuck in the Legendarium in the year 2493, where the secretive villain Deadlock has discovered dangerous time travel technology. Middle grade fantasy is where I'm at. I love the look of it, but I can't read it until after I've read Wonderscape. But I thought, for £1, it's a sequel, gotta get it. Now this is probably one I'm most excited about, the next one, and it was my treat because I went to the dentist, and I have a phobia of dentists, and I knew that I'd have a bad billing, which I'm going to have in September. So after September's billing, I'm going to be buying myself a book. But this is The End Crowns It All by B. Fitzgerald. I got it when I went out with Charlie as my dental treat, and it is, you can see on the end it says, "Love cursed this war." And basically, Girl Goddess Queen has gone on my top favourites of books of the year so far. I absolutely thoroughly loved it, and I know that this is going to be one I know that I will enjoy. She's got a third book out, but I think, why do authors keep doing it? She's brought it out in hardback, and I won't get it in hardback, I'll get it in paperback. But why are they starting to do that? More books coming out in hardback when their other books are coming out in paperback. I don't get it. I will wait until it's in paperback. It's annoying the hell out of me. Kathy Brownlee's done it as well, and it's doing my nut. Love caused the war. At least that's what this stories would say. Cassandra, Princess of Troy, is a doomed prophet. No one believes her warnings that war is coming, but it will start with the arrival of one girl. Helen fled Sparta in the pursuit of love, but even her beauty and intelligence are no match for the politics of the Trojan court, especially when her one member of her of it all seems to want to be determined to get rid of her. But when the war finally arrives at the shore of Troy, fate brings the women together in ways that not even the gods could have foretold. Together they will change their destinies or ruin ruin all of what they love. It's amazing. Can't bloody wait. I don't care that I paid full back for that in Waterstones. Then to one I found in the charity shops in Woking as well. And it's the Sprayed Edges. Yes, I've got a few Sprayed Edges ones to show you actually. And this is the Deathless Girls by Kieran Millward Hargreaves. It's one of the only Kieran Millward Hargreaves I've not read. I love this author. I nearly bought this ages ago at my Baz Books, but I didn't. And now I've got the Sprayed Edges. They say the thirst of blood is like madness. On the eve of the divining day, 17-year-old Lil and her twin sister Kizzy are captured by the cruel Boya Valkar and forced to work as slaves. They are stripped of hope, power, and everything they've known until Mira, a fellow captive, gives Lil something to sort of live for and someone to love. It looks amazing. I love this author's works. I cannot bloody wait. And then to a Baz Books book that basically I bought The Queen's Rising by this author in a charity shop some point this year, and I've wanted the sequel, and this came in for I got it for like £2. Or was it £3? I don't know. But I paid more for it because I wanted it straight away, and this is the sequel. So it's The Queen's Resistance by Rebecca Ross. It's fantasy, it's the sequel, so I don't want to look too much. I do need to read the first one. Will she put her country before her heart? Brianna Colbert is settling for life as the adoptive daughter of the House of McQueen. But as the new Queen's closest confidant, she'll have to balance serving her father as well as her country. And then there's Brianna's old tutor, Cartier of Vista. I can't say that. I don't want to know too much. It's fantasy, it's a sequel. Got the duology now, so I can start them whenever I want. I like to have series in general before I read them all. And I say that, and then I went to one of the other charity shops in Woking and found this for 80p, and it's the start of a bloody series. But again, it's Sprayed Edges. And Charlie said that she absolutely loved this series. And it's by Dominique Valente. And it's Starfell, Willow Moss and the Lost Days. It is more of a middle grade fantasy. So I'm going to give this one a go. And if I like it, then I can buy the others quite cheap on like ABE Books or something like that. So that's quite good. I can buy them second hand. Step into the world like no other. Willow Moss, the least powerful sister. So it's got sisters in it. You know me and Books and Sisters. I had to get them. That was why I think I bought it. Is the least powerful sister in a family of witches, and she has the magical ability of finding lost things, like spectacles or socks. Useful, but not exactly exciting. Then the most feared witch in all of Starfell comes asking for Willow's help. Last Tuesday has gone missing, and without it, the whole world could unravel. It's really good fun. So I don't care. That looks really good. Then I got in Baz Books, when I returned, I saw this and I paid more for it. And this is Medusa by Jessie Burton. It was on sale for only £1 because it's one of the charity shop books, but I paid double because I think I paid £1.50 or like £2 because I wanted to support the charity, and I knew this was worth more than that pound. I think it's good to do that. When you go to charity shops you go to, it's good to do that. And yeah, it's a short but sweet book by Jessie Burton. I love this author's works. It's Greek mythology, and I was prepared to buy it, nearly bought it full price. So, if I told you that I killed a man with a glance, would you wait to hear the rest? That's why. There's how, what happened next. The why, the how, then what happened next. And it's about Medusa. All I need to know. Greek mythology, middle grade, brilliant. Then I know I've read this book, but I have read Charlie's copy and I didn't have my own copy, and this is A Kind of Spark by Elle McNichol. And actually, I'm going to show you the other two books in the other order. And basically, this is Elle McNichol's one of her first books, and I read A Kind of Spark ages ago, and I've got the other books by this author, but I wanted my own copy. And the reason why I got this one a little bit cheap is because the battered copy, but it's still a beautiful copy. I wanted my own copy of The Kind of Spark, so when I reread it, it won't count on my reread numbers because it will be my own copy. And this is one of her first books, and it's got a neurodivergent lead character, Addie, who knows exactly who she is. Addie knows that sharks are more interesting than dolphins. She knows that her favourite words she knows her favourite words in the thesaurus, and she knows that her older sisters are opposite. And when Addie learns about the witch trials that happened in the hometown, she knows there is more to the story than witches. And just like there's more to her. I think this counts as fantasy because it's about witches, but I'm not sure. Maybe it counts as other genres, but if not, my numbers are a little bit different, but it's squiddly. Who cares? I wanted my own copy of that. I've got it now. It's kind of going there. And now it's the book that I bought, my other treaty, because I'm only allowed, no, I'm not allowed very many treats from Waterstones. Not allowed, it's my decision that I won't buy too many books from Waterstones. But this is the Waterstones exclusive edition of Wish You Were Her by Elle McNichol. I think I may actually read this in August because it's a summery looking book. I may cheat and read something very straight away. What am I on? Who Have You Done With Emily? But purple is my favourite colour. I know why have I kept the receipt? I don't need the receipt. It's my favourite colour. It's Elle McNichol. Another neurodivergent characters. But that's not the focus of it. This focus of it is that it's Elle McNichol and it's purple. And it's basically, it's connected to Someone Like a Coal, which I absolutely loved. Everyone wants a piece of the actress Allegra Brooks. When she decides she desperately needs to get away from the spotlight, she heads to the remote town of Lake Pristine, which I think is, actually I have got to read this this summer, actually in August, because it is a summer book. When Allegra immediately clashes with the local annoying and annoyingly handsome bookseller Jonah Thorne, their rivalry soon becomes the talk of the town. Before long, Allegra's main escape is increasingly flirtatious emails that she's been sharing with an anonymous, charming bookseller that she's sure can't possibly be Jonah, which probably is, but hey ho. That was my first treat of the month, and it's beautiful, and I don't care. Very rarely I get 2 books by an author. Actually, there's another time I've got 2 books by the author this month. Happened twice. And then when I went shopping with Vicky, I bought 2 books full price because I've been relatively good. This is me, by the way. 23 books is not bad when I've done 2 big shopping trip binges with Vicky and Charlie. And I went to a lot of charity shops and I bought less than I thought, but I have still bought a lot. August could be quite big, depends on how many books I buy in Bognor. But anyway, we both saw this, and she's bought it as well. And it was in the buy one get one half price at Tesco's. The other book's in the pile, I'll show you. And this is How to Get Aged Disgracefully, and it's by Claire Pooley. I've loved this book, this author's books before, and it's about has an older protagonist, and it's brilliant. Daphne is fiery and fabulous. She just needs to get out and meet people. Or an accident brings a teen dad, an empty nester, and a has-been actor into her world. They aren't necessarily the people she had in mind, but it soon becomes clear they all have a story to tell. But can these new friendships survive the secrets that will be revealed? It's pink, it's fun, it's contemporary. I can't wait to read it. Talk about that, I have bought a fair few pink books this month. You guys would have loved it. And then to a book that I did buy when I was out shopping with Charlie. And this is purely sentimental. And this is Fight Night by Miriam Tilshouse, which was one of Alice's favourite books ever. And it comes with a bookmark, but I'm leaving the bookmark in there because, yeah, we saw that on one of the first charity shops we saw when we went out, and I swear Alice was with us at the time because it felt like, you know, this beautiful copy of this beautiful book on charity shop. And this is You Are a Small Thing and You Must Learn to Fight. Swift has taken that advice too literally, and now she's suspended from school in the care of her foul-mouthed, hilarious grandmother. Mom is busy being pregnant, so Grandma gives Swiv a different education. Swiv learns maths and with Amish jigsaws and how to dig a winter grave. Grandma's methods may be unorthodox, but she has faced the worst of her life with her wild and independent spirit, and this is what she hopes to pass on. It's going to be emotional, but yeah, I really can't wait to read that. Then to a book I only just recently got, and that is You Get That From Me. It's by Charlotte Butterfield. It's 3 women, 3 choices, family saga, family book, and it's about every family has their story, and it's got 3 lead characters. Stella, who is just basically deciding she's going to be getting a sperm donor. Her mother, Bonnie, might be an expert in genetics, but she knows there are some things you shouldn't hand down to your children, like the secrets of what really happened in the marriage 40 years ago. And then Florence has raised 2 generations of wonderful women in this house, but the story of her own happy marriage is more complicated than everyone knows. Looks really interesting. Going to give it a go. Contemporary. Then to a book that Charlie helped me pick, and this is Friends and Strangers by J. Courtney Sullivan. I have got no idea about this book, but Charlie made me get it, so I bloody hope I love it. And it's about Elizabeth, who is an accomplished journalist and a new mother, and is struggling to adjust to life in a small town after nearly 20 years in New York City. Alone in the house with an infant son all day and awake much of the night, she feels uneasy and adrift. She neglects her work, losing untold hours to her Brooklyn Moms Facebook group. Her influencer sisters Instagram feed and text messages from the best friend she never sees anymore. Enter Sam, a senior in the Young Women's College, who Elizabeth hires to babysit. Sam is struggling to decide between the path she's planned on and a romantic entanglement that threatens her ambition. She's worried about student loan debt and the future that holds. In short order, they grow close, but when Sam finds an unlikely kindred spirit in Elizabeth's father-in-law, the true differences between the women's lives become starkly revealed, and a betrayal has devastating consequences. No idea what that's about, but hey-ho, Charlie picked it. And then to one that Vicky picked, that I got when I was like, oh, Vicky, this is a summer book, but it will be saved for next summer. And this is the Warwalk Bookshop by Susan Mallory. It's a pinkish book, which is quite pretty. It's actually a bit more better than I thought. 3 friends finding courage to start over. It's about a bookshop on the California coast. 3 friends, bookshop, contemporary. Looks quite good. I'm going to give it a go. Then to one or 2 books. Basically, I bought this one first at Baz Books where I am, because apparently the author is quite good with disability rep. I don't know how that's been done, but my boss told me about that. And this is Meet Me in Hawaii by Georgia Toffbolo. And this is the second book by the author. So in a minute I'll show you the first book. But this one is another one that's going to have to be waited till next bloody summer, because it's the second book and I've got to read the first one first. And it's set in Hawaii. Mally doesn't believe in happily ever after. After a tragedy caused her to flee her family and friends in Devon, she's found a fresh start in Hawaii. Here, working at a surf school, she can give life back to those who need and overcome the greatest loss of her life. And then the other storyline is moved around foster homes throughout his childhood. Todd has worked hard to provide the brighter future for disadvantaged children. Now his own charitable foundation working for a surf school in Hawaii, but he can't put his past behind him, and then I'm guessing something's between the two of them. And then the other book by the author, which I found in one of the other charity shops when I went with Vicky, and this is Meet Me in London by the same author. And this is like a Christmassy looking book, so this will be read in Christmas. And falling in love is never part of the deal. Aspiring vintage designer Victoria Scott dreams of one day opening her own boutique. The aspirations are under threat by a new department store opening at the end of her road, and she needs a Christmas miracle. It's a romance because the other lead character is Oliver Rome. Oliver Russell's Christmas is not looking very festive right now. The opening of his family's new London department store is behind schedule, and his interfering, well-meaning mother is pressing him to settle down. He needs a diversion, something to keep his mother from meddling while he focuses on the business. And they meet, and they wait and see what happens. Then to a book that I found in one of the other charity shops, and it is Feminina by Jamira Ramirez. And I've heard a lot about this book. I nearly bought it full price. And it's a firecracker. Basically, it's non-fiction, and it's about the power and influence of medieval women who have been written out of history. I have no idea what it's about, but I swear that one of the other booktubers I know has read it, and I am intrigued. It's women's, it's historical fiction, it's like non-fiction. Could be interesting. Wait to give it a go. And into another one that I read, and that I got when I was out with Charlie, and this is Mantel Pieces by Hilary Mantel, and it's non-fiction about some of the other people in history, and it's about essays about Jane Boleyn and Christopher Marlowe, and it gives an insight into the Tudor mind and her lecture Royal Bodies, which inspires the palace of royal women in society. Non-fiction about different people in history again. Could be quite good. Fancy it. Now I've got 4 historical fiction books to show you. The other one is the one I bought when I was out with Vicky, and it was my other one in the buy one 2 for like £9 at Tesco's. But this looks such a me book, and it is The Lamplighters Bookshop by Sophie Austin, and it's the bookshop. It's got historical fiction. I often never read the end. That way I can imagine a happy ending. In the shadowy aisles of the Lamplighters Bookshop, secrets lie as thick as dust. When Evelyn Seaton answers an advertisement for an assistant in the forgotten Lamplighters Bookshop in York, she's not the only one with something to hide. There she meets enigmatic and prickly William Morton, an aspiring writer keeping secrets of his own. But when the walls that Evelyn has built up around her start to crumble, there is only one person that she can turn to. Looks really exciting. Then to a book I found in Baz Books, and it just looks really pretty. It's Queens of Silk by Venora Bennett. I don't know why I bought this. Is a bit of a random pickup because it's set in the year 1471 and it marks a crucial turning point in the War of the Roses, which I love the War of the Roses. But amongst England's turmoil, two young sisters, Jane and Isabel Lambert, are more concerned with finding the good and loving husband. Their father is a silk trader and believes that a good marriage must establish advantageous business links, and the thoughts of the young must be put aside. These girls must be bound by the marriage of the court by Edward IV, and their father's trade will flourish. War of the Roses, it's got me. I wanted to read it. Then to the last charity shop book, and this is Surplus Girls Orphans by Polly Heron, and it's set in Manchester in 1922. And this was one of my this one of the charity shop books. Molly Watson has had enough. Engaged for the last 3 years to penny pinching pedant, she decides she'd rather be a surplus girl than marry a woman she doesn't truly love. Aware of the need to support herself, and if she wants to remain single all her life, Molly just joins the secretarial class to learn new skills, and the whole world opens up to her. When she meets a job at the St Anthony's Orphanage, she betrays friends caretaker Aaron Abrams. Why is my voice going funny? But misunderstanding leaves them at loggerheads, and it damages her in the eyes of the children she's come to care so much about. Don't know any more than that. Looks good. And yes, this is another full price book. I thought I hadn't bought too many books more times, but I think this is like the third one. And this is Dear Mrs. Lake by A.J. Pearce. I will be reading this in September because I'm reading it with the lovely Bernard and Bernard's Bookish Adventures. It's the last in the series. And it's set in England in 1944. Because it is the last in the series, I don't want to give too much away. But it's about the agony aunt, Emmy Lake. And it's after nearly 5 years of wars, the nation is weary, and the readers of Women's Friend need agony aunt Emmy Lake more than ever. With London under attack from the Doodlebugs, the magazine decamps to the local countryside, determined to keeping the women of Britain and give hope to the readers that feel powerless. I don't want to give any more away, but it's so beautiful and got pretty end pages. It's so pretty. And again, I've kept the receipt and I don't even know why. But I love it. I love it. It's purple as well. So I'm done giving you emojis of purple blooming hearts because that's always what I keep asking for at the end of every video. But I think if you got to the end of this video, you should leave me a typewriter or a pen emoji in honour of Dear Mrs. Lake. Dear Miss Lake. You should give her a typewriter or a pen emoji. But yes, I have bought more books this month. Yes, in August I will probably be buying more books. I don't know how many. I'm wondering how many I've bought on holiday. What books have you been buying this month? What books are you excited about? What of these books do you think I should prioritise? Let me know in the comments down below. I love chatting to you all. You're all amazing. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, not subscribed yet, bring on my dingling. And I'll see you all soon. Bye-bye.